Hello, everyone. I am Louisa, which means warrior, Parson, which means priest, Louisa Parson, warrior, priest, adult child, in reciprocity, Girl Friday. and my screen, a lighthouse. I'm a Navy veteran, 89 and 95, Southwest Asia Service Medal. Um, I'm doing this video because I just went through a paradigm shift. There's no way that I can ever go back after that veterans Launchpad training, and it was just such a miraculous event. I am a cancer survivor. Um, in 2021, I had a hysterectomy, a full hysterectomy, removing my uterus and ovaries to save my life from stage 2 cancer. And there was a part in the training today when the story about the American Cancer Society. And, you know, someone making the decision to use the cloud for cancer research. That decision saved my life. So I have always been an advocate for the cloud, but I did not realize how important it was for healthcare. Um, so I've been a patient advocate um, since I left the hospital November 5th, 2021. And and for early medical testing, I encourage anyone, you know, to do medical testing. And I'm going to try to make this a lot faster because I'm going to try to be like Patrick here, okay? Um so let me look here at, let me see if it's on this one. Yes. This morning I started looking at I use Notion templates, and uh, I am on a educator's plan. And so today I was just showing my audience how to use this template to make money if you're a bookkeeper, how it uh, how to log time with line items. So I made that video this morning, and before I chimed in to the Launchpad training. Um, so here you see my post. This is what I was doing this morning before the paradigm shift. And see my videos. So I had, completed videos and everything. Now, why, it kind of, when we were talking about virtual machines, this, I was trying to equate it to where how my laptop has all these desktops, right? But these would be more containers because these various desktops are, sharing, sharing what's on my laptop. I remember back when we would run virtual machines, right, on our laptops, but yeah, it did take up a lot of space. Um, this was I liked this format that someone did by describing, um, by putting paragraph synopsis to what Patrick had. And so right now, I'm I'm just doing an onboarding task list because I realize now if I had an LDAP, I've always been a good Googler because I use Google search daily. And what I found is recently, um, Microsoft was trying to pull me to Edge, and I really didn't want to make the conversion. However, you know, they had what chat their version of Chat GPT, or you could pull up you could pull up AI um, in the search, and I did it once, and I fell in love with it. And then Microsoft had a point system, so I could earn points if I went over to Microsoft Edge, and if I didn't use Google. But it was really I've just been such a loyal Google search user that I just couldn't. I still could not go over to Microsoft Edge because because I could navigate Google so well. And so I really needed some way to do points, to gain points. And I started gaming, playing some games. I signed up for Cash Giraffe, and um, and then I paid more attention to Google's point system. I got on Coinmaster, and I realized if I use Google Pay, then I would gain points. And then I started paying more attention to the point system on Google, just to get 100 points converted over to a buck in order to feed Foxy, my pet, on Coinmaster. So this new so that became a new work culture for me when I started gaming on Coinmaster um in the beginning of October, and I kind of did it as a means of, that was my theme on LinkedIn: lipstick and gaming, all weather marketing. And so I had already started changing my ways. um Uh, but at a time, I really got frustrated um, with my credit union because during the solar eclipse, they changed over to a different system, and I didn't trust it. There was a delay. There was that latency as far as calculating um, transactions. So what I did is I went and got a Scarlet card at Walgreens when these glasses are Foster Grant glasses for me to be able to um shield the blue light. And so that started, it was a buy one, get one free offer. I was at Walgreens. I got the Scarlet card, so I could still have a card, but I could make a physical transaction to the card. But here's the deal: every time I did it, I had to budget for it because they would charge me $1.99. Okay, and that was the thing. $1.99 got me livid. And then Google, um, I had been, um, I had a subscription, back in May, I believe it was May or June. They offered me AI Premium for a trial basis, uh, for $0, $0. And I loved having that amount of storage. I think it was 2 terabyte. And so I just went wild with my video taking and my screenshots and everything. And but then it was like, um, I didn't want to do the 19.99, right, for storage. But there was like so much going on. Yeah, like Gemini, all these Google products were like coming at me, and I didn't understand what the hell was going on. So, uh, so today, with all this information about Google products and what the cloud is, yes, it requires some mental grounding. So, after after day 2, I had to take a nap, and I overslept a little, and I was supposed to meet some friends at Outback. They decided they wanted to go to Outback. So I knew I was late. I picked up my phone and I signed up to be a Dine Rewards member because, they were offering me a blooming onion. And uh, um, so I got all this done, and I even texted my friend that was going to get the table. It's like, let them know that I'm a Dine Rewards member, and give them my number, and you'll probably get better service. But she said we're already sitting at the table. Anyway, by the time I get there, you know, the parking lot's full, but since I did curbside, I had a parking space. I pulled into number 2, and I kind of opened the door to see if there was anybody there, but there wasn't. So I went all the way to the front and I talked to the hostess, and I told them, I'm parked in number 2. I'm curbside, but my friends are over here. So I'm gonna be chilling over here with my friends. So they had pretty much, gotten served, and they were, ending their dinner, and I just came in just to be present, just to say that I made it. And then I told them about what I've been doing the last 2 days. And when I heard one woman say, "What is the cloud?" I almost fell over. I'm like, where have you been? So, anyway, the only way that I could equate to them what the cloud was is I said, here we are, out back. There's 2 different businesses running at the same time. They're serving you, and then there's curbside. Okay, I ordered through curbside. All right. So while you guys are eating, I'm taking out, right? And it's not like the traditional, take food out, right? Just by giving them my my email, they knew a lot about me. And so um so I was basically, by ordering curbside, I was treated like a queen, and they were complaining about their service. And that that's the difference, right? When you're a member of the cloud. That's the kind of sovereignty that you receive at businesses, because why? They know they know a lot about you, and they're starting to track you, right? Um if you go into a restaurant, there's really no way to track your dining experience. But, me being a Dine Rewards member, they know a lot about me. So that's the difference between not being in a rewards program with with like especially corporate, because now that that information that they have about me it will go to any Outback. And so at home, you know, it's legacy for me, right? I live in a rural town, yet when I leave my, you know what, my infrastructure, right? It's like all this data about me. It's like I feel like it, I feel like Pigpen, literally, when I walk out my door, because as much as I'm involved in apps, from all kinds of different services, there is this big cloud that follows me when I leave my house. And and then it's kind of like the only security that I really have is through Google. For real. Because it's like, everything that I have, I choose Google to link everything up. So I'm not worried, because there are some permissions in order for me, to get access to me, to my information, I have to give you permission. And I do that with, Google's security, by, um, through Google One. So that $1.99 means a lot. So when someone tries to get $2 from me, I'm like, who are you? I really ask them that. Like, what are you offering me for $2? Because Google offers me security. And so when I put that in perspective, uh, you know, especially when I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on a Microsoft product, right? And but I feel, since I use Google as my default and that I subscribe to Google One, that even when I enter LinkedIn, I use, Google Access to get in. So I really feel secure in my daily life knowing that the Google Cloud is providing me a sense of security. And I see people afraid of that because it's like, oh, I don't want to give anybody any information. It's like, well, uh, you do. You give people information about yourself every day. And at least for me, you've got to go through Google to get it. So that is like, I've been part of this culture, but I didn't understand why I felt so secure about technology until that. So, um, as I'm going through this task list, so that is what I've learned from my experience, is why I'm not negative towards any developments in AI. As a matter of fact, for the election, I chose, after a year's worth of research on LinkedIn, I picked my candidate based on the confidence that there wouldn't be more governance on AI. One candidate I felt would try to do that, and I didn't want the AI issue to be treated like gun control. So I solved that problem by my vote, and I'm very glad who won. So, I hope I did this in a kinder language just to show that paradigm shift, because sometimes I get, I really, I thought when I was going to do this rant, I was going to be like Patrick, because that's how I feel. That's how, that's how I wanted, to go through all the things that I've been doing as a Girl Friday on LinkedIn and show you everything. But as I really thought about it, it's like, I just want you to get a grasp of this onboard onboarding task list, because I think there you do have to decide what your LDAP is. And the first and even with my banking, I did go back to Kasasa Play, um, because I get reimbursed. I get up to $15 reimbursement if I stream. And one of the things that's I can stream is Google Music, and I have not tried Google Music yet. I am a big Spotify and YouTube, or YouTube Music, and I know YouTube is Google. However, I'm kind of curious about this Google Music thing because I haven't tried it. I started off with Pandora. So, um, that is, I'm curious to see how Google Music, because, I've seen how Google Books was trying you know, to compete with Amazon. But, Google Books is a whole different platform. Um, that's kind of like comparing apples and oranges, because I think Google Books is more, um, uh, it hits a certain demographic. Um, I like it because it just doesn't have, all the glitz. Sometimes I pick products that are real simple. And, but yes, I mean, I'm very excited. And just, I think, let me see here, just to close out. Now what was I talking about? I was trying how to see how I was doing. Oh, I want to go to, yes, this learning center. Um, yes. So this is this cloud skills boost. Um, this is uh what got me, because I know I can get there. I know I can get there. I know I can make this leaderboard, because I have played Coin Master. See, it's not gonna, I still have 6 days left. I know I can make this leaderboard. Um, so right now I'm at 12. I know I can make it, just because of how I've participated in Coin Master. And so this is my incentive right here to do my lessons, because there's a point system. And uh, right now, see, um, I started. Okay, this is the path right here. This learning path is going to get me. If I just do in the next 6 days, if I complete that learning path, those modules, I'm going to be completing some serious points. And so this module is part of this, and then I'm also doing a course on the side. So that is why I know that I'm going to be in depth in my training, because there's a timeline. I have 6 days, and I'm looking at that leaderboard, and that's why if you're a gamer, if you're a gamer, yeah, I really like this how they're doing the learning paths, because it really it makes it competitive, and I appreciate that in a learning environment. And that's me, adult child, in reciprocity. Girl Friday. Peace out.